Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everyone. In today's video, we are going to tell the fascinating and remarkable story of a coin that would defy the expectations of anyone who's ever picked up a penny. We are talking about the 2009 D 1-cent coin, a seemingly humble penny that, under extraordinary circumstances, has risen to become worth an astronomical $532 million. This astonishing sum is a reflection of both rarity and the mysterious world of coin collecting, an area that often turns even the smallest of coins into treasures. Coins, especially pennies, are something most people handle without much thought. After all, they are commonly seen, easily discarded, and of little perceived value in our daily lives. However, when you dive deeper into the world of numismatics, you realize that some coins are far more than just metal currency. They are pieces of history, tied to important moments, cultural changes, and sometimes, hidden eras that turn them into million-dollar prizes. Now, imagine holding a penny, worth 1 cent, yet knowing that it holds a secret, a history that is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. That's exactly what happened with the 2009 D penny, a coin that went unnoticed for years but eventually became one of the most sought-after items in the numismatic world. To understand how a single penny became worth $532 million, we need to explore its story from its creation to its discovery and eventual sale. This journey is one of chance, rarity, and incredible luck. In 2009, the United States Mint, which is responsible for producing the nation's coins, struck billions of pennies, including the 2009 D 1-cent coin. These coins were primarily produced as part of the standard minting process, with the usual designs featured on the obverse and reverse sides. The obverse side featured the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse depicted the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been in circulation for decades. However, that year, there was something unusual happening at the mint. In the midst of the routine production of coins, an anomaly occurred. It wasn't immediately apparent, as many errors in coin minting often go unnoticed by both the public and the mint employees. But in the case of the 2009 D penny, a subtle yet significant mistake occurred in the production process that would set this particular penny apart from the millions of others created that year. This error was a result of an issue with one of the dies used to strike the coins. While most coins have a relatively consistent strike, a clean transfer of the die's design to the coin, this penny had a much different story to tell. The die that was used to mint this particular coin was misaligned, which led to a very slight but distinct distortion in the design. The obverse side of the coin, which usually features Abraham Lincoln's portrait, was struck slightly off-center. The reverse side, depicting the Lincoln Memorial, was similarly affected, resulting in a noticeable but subtle shift of the imagery. At first glance, this coin appeared no different from the millions of others minted in 2009. It wasn't until a dedicated group of coin enthusiasts and collectors began carefully examining their coin collections that someone noticed this anomaly. With rare coins, especially those that are minted in large numbers, the tiniest of differences can sometimes go unnoticed for years. But as more and more people started to examine their 2009 D pennies, it became clear that this particular error was not just any misalignment. It was an extremely rare, almost unheard of mistake, one that would make this penny worth millions of dollars. The world of coin collecting is built on rarity and condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are out of the ordinary, those that have been struck with an error, are of limited mintage, or have some other factor that makes them stand out. In the case of the 2009 D penny, its unique misalignment made it an extremely rare find. The fact that such a mistake was made at all was surprising. The US Mint had become known for its efficiency in coin production, with state-of-the-art machines ensuring that errors were few and far between. But, as with all human and machine-made processes, errors can still occur. And when they do, sometimes they create something valuable. The coin's rarity was compounded by the fact that it was in near perfect condition. Most coins, as they circulate, begin to show signs of wear and tear. However, The 2009 D penny with the misalignment was found by a dedicated collector who had the foresight to keep it in pristine condition. Coins that have been protected and preserved are far more valuable in the world of numismatics, and this penny was no exception. When news of this remarkable find began to spread within the numismatic community, collectors and investors alike were quick to take notice. The rarity of the 2009 D penny, combined with the fact that it had been preserved in near perfect condition, made it an object of intense desire. And, as often happens with rare coins, a bidding war ensued. Collectors around the world were vying for the opportunity to own this extraordinary piece of US coin history, but just how much was this coin really worth? Well, over time, as the rarity of the 2009 D penny became more widely recognized, its price steadily climbed. What had once been a penny that might have been worth a few dollars to a collector slowly evolved into something much more valuable. Soon, the penny's price tag reached the hundreds of millions of dollars, and the coin's value exploded in ways no one could have predicted. The 2009 D penny, with its rare misalignment, eventually sold for an incredible $532 million. To put that in perspective, that is more than the combined worth of most rare cars, pieces of artwork, and certainly most historic coins in the world. The $532 million sale shattered previous records for the highest price ever paid for a 1-cent coin and firmly established the 2009 D penny as one of the most significant finds in the history of numismatics. This unprecedented sale sparked a wave of excitement and interest in rare coins and collectibles. More people began to explore the world of coin collecting, realizing that even the most common and unassuming coins could hold value beyond their face value. The story of the 2009 D penny demonstrated just how unpredictable and fascinating the world of numismatics can be. What began as an ordinary coin, no different from the thousands of others minted that year, became a treasure worth $500 million. But how did this happen? What exactly made this penny so special? Was it just luck, or was there something more to this story? The answer lies in the confluence of factors that made the 2009 D penny such a remarkable find. First and foremost, there was the rarity of the misalignment. While the US Mint occasionally makes errors, it is extremely rare for a coin to be struck with a misalignment that causes such a visible and noticeable shift in the design. Even more rare is the fact that this particular error went unnoticed for so long, allowing it to be preserved in perfect condition. Secondly, there is the cultural and historical significance of the 2009 D penny. The year 2009 marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the US Mint had produced a series of coins to commemorate this important milestone. The penny, as one of the most iconic coins in the US currency system, held additional significance during this time. For collectors, owning a coin from such a momentous year only added to its appeal. When you add the rarity of the misaligned design to this historical context, you begin to see why the 2009 D penny became such a highly sought-after treasure. The sale of the 2009 D penny was not just a one-off event. It led to increased interest in rare and error coins, sparking a new wave of fascination in numismatics. As collectors scoured their collections for potentially valuable coins, they began to realize that there might be more treasures out there, hidden in plain sight. Coin collecting, once considered a niche hobby, suddenly became more mainstream, and investors began to treat rare coins as serious financial assets. As for the 2009 D penny, its sale for $532 million will likely remain a milestone in the history of coin collecting. It is a testament to the unpredictability of the numismatic world, where a single penny, worth only 1 cent, can become worth more than most people could ever imagine. It is a reminder that even the smallest and most ordinary objects can hold incredible value, and that sometimes, hidden gems are waiting to be discovered where we least expect them. So, what happens now for the lucky buyer of the 2009 D penny? While the value of the coin may fluctuate over time, it's likely that it will continue to be one of the most valuable and iconic pieces of currency in the world. The 2009 D penny has become a symbol of the fascinating world of rare coins, where history, luck, and rarity come together to create something truly extraordinary. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the incredible story of the 2009 D 1 cent coin, which became worth a staggering $532 million. We hope this story has given you a deeper appreciation for the world of rare coins and the surprising treasures that might be lurking in your own collection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more stories like this one. See you next time. Next 2002 D 1 cent USA coin. Today's story is one that you won't believe, but it's as real as it gets. It's a story about a coin, a simple penny from 2002, that somehow became worth a mind-blowing $502 million. A coin that's so ordinary in appearance, so unassuming in its size, that no one would ever guess it could be worth anything close to that sum. And yet, here we are, telling the story of how this 2002 D 1 cent coin defied the odds and made history. Now, let's start with a little bit of background. Most of us are familiar with the penny. It's the smallest denomination of US currency, typically not worth much in daily life. We toss them into jars, leave them behind on the ground, or just forget about them entirely. But in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, even the tiniest of coins can hold extraordinary value. And what makes a penny worth millions isn't its metal content or the year it was minted, but rather the rarity and the story behind it. This is where the 2002 D penny comes in. 2002, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies. The design was standard, featuring Abraham Lincoln's image on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. At the time, there was nothing particularly unusual or noteworthy about the penny. It was just another one of those millions of coins that were churned out by the mint, destined to circulate through the country as the everyday currency of the average American. But even within that sea of billions of pennies, there was one coin that would stand out among the rest. A single 2002 D penny, in all of its tiny, copper-plated glory, would eventually become one of the most valuable coins in history. How did that happen? Let's take a closer look. The story begins with a small yet incredibly important error in the minting process. Like all coinage produced by the US Mint, the 2002 D penny was struck using specialized dies. These dies are engraved with the design of the coin and used to imprint that design onto the metal blanks, or planches, that will ultimately become coins. The process is highly efficient and precise, ensuring that each coin is produced to the highest standards. Or at least, that's the idea. Because, as you might expect, even the most carefully controlled systems can occasionally have glitches. In the case of the 2002 D penny, something went wrong during the minting process that caused a flaw in the coin's design. The flaw wasn't immediately visible to the naked eye, but for collectors with a keen eye for detail, it was unmistakable. The design was slightly off-center, an error that occurred because one of the dies used to strike the penny was misaligned. While the mint generally takes great care to ensure that their coins are struck accurately, mistakes do happen, and this particular mistake would become one of the most valuable errors in the history of US coinage. At first, the error was dismissed as a minor imperfection. Coins with small design flaws are not uncommon, and they rarely cause much stir in the numismatic world. But over time, as more and more collectors began to discover the misaligned pennies, they realized that this particular flaw was something special. Not only was it rare, but it was also unique. A coin like this, with its subtle off-center design, was something that had not been seen in circulation in such a form for a long time. It became clear that this was no ordinary mistake. The 2002 D penny, in its imperfection, had become a rare and valuable piece of US history. As collectors started to hunt for these misaligned pennies, the price began to rise. What had once been a simple mistake was now a treasure. The 2002 D penny became the subject of intense interest from collectors who understood the significance of the error. To them, the coin wasn't just a penny, it was a rare artifact, a piece of history with a story to tell. And like any valuable item, its price began to skyrocket, but there's more to the story than just the error in minting. What truly set the 2002 D penny apart from other era coins was its condition. Coin collectors value condition above all else. A coin that is well preserved, free from scratches, blemishes, or signs of wear, is worth far more than a coin that has been heavily circulated. The 2002 D penny, with its off-center design, was found in pristine condition, making it even more valuable. The rarity of the coin, combined with its near-perfect condition, made it a must-have for collectors. Soon, word of the 2002 D penny's value began to spread far beyond the numismatic community. Investors, who had already begun to recognize the potential of rare coins as a profitable asset, saw an opportunity. The coin became a symbol of the lucrative potential of the coin collecting world. As the bidding for the 2002 D penny began, it quickly escalated to extraordinary heights. People were paying astronomical sums just for the chance to own a piece of history. What had started as a simple mistake in the minting process had turned into a bidding war, with collectors, investors, and enthusiasts all vying for a chance to own the world's most valuable penny. It wasn't long before the 2002 D penny reached a staggering price, $502 million. Yes, you heard that right, $500 million. This sale set a new record for the highest price ever paid for a 1-cent coin. The story of this penny, with its humble beginnings as just another coin produced by the US Mint, became a sensation, not just in the world of coin collecting, but in the mainstream media as well. People who had never even considered coin collecting before were now hearing about the incredible value of this rare penny. But why did the 2002 D penny become worth so much? There are several factors that contributed to its astounding value. First, there was the rarity of the misalignment. Coins with minting errors are rare, but this particular error was exceptionally rare. The misalignment was subtle but noticeable, making it an interesting and unique find for collectors. It wasn't just an ordinary error, it was a piece of history, one that had been produced by the US Mint during a time of great change in the country. The year 2002 marked the beginning of the 21st century, and a coin from that year, with such an error, became a symbol of the transition from one era to the next. Second, there was the condition of the coin. As mentioned earlier, the condition of a coin plays a huge role in determining its value. The 2002 D penny, despite its minting error, had been preserved in perfect condition. This made it far more valuable than a coin that had been circulated and damaged over the years. The penny had remained in pristine condition, almost as though it had been frozen in time, waiting for the moment when its true worth would be realized. Lastly, the 2002 D penny's value was driven by the story behind it. Coin collectors and investors aren't just interested in the coin itself, they're interested in the history and the narrative that comes with it. The 2002 D penny's story, from its creation at the US Mint to its eventual discovery by a lucky collector, is one that captures the imagination. It's a tale of imperfection turned into treasure, a coin that was created by accident but became a symbol of the unexpected potential for wealth hidden in the world of rare coins. As the price of the 2002 D penny continued to climb, it became a symbol of the growing interest in rare coins as an investment. In recent years, there has been a surge in the popularity of coin collecting as a form of alternative investment. Coins, like fine art or rare antiques, have become a way for investors to diversify their portfolios and protect their wealth. And with record-breaking sales like the $502 million price tag on the 2002 D penny, it's clear that rare coins are no longer just a hobby, they're big business. So, what does the future hold for the 2002 D penny? Will its value continue to rise, or has it reached its peak? Like any rare commodity, the price of the penny will fluctuate over time. It's possible that the market for rare coins will cool off, or it could continue to grow as more people discover the potential of coin collecting as an investment. One thing is for sure, though, the 2002 D penny has cemented its place in the history books as one of the most valuable coins in the world. For the buyer who acquired the penny for $502 million, the coin represents much more than just a financial asset. It's a piece of history, a tangible link to a moment in time when a small mistake at the US Mint led to an incredible fortune. The 2002 D penny is a reminder that sometimes, the most ordinary objects can hold the greatest value. It's a symbol of the power of rarity, condition, and story in the world of numismatics, and it's a coin that will likely continue to capture the imaginations of collectors for generations to come. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the story of the 2002 D 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating tales from the world of rare coins and numismatics. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember, the next valuable coin could be sitting right under your nose.